Good afternoon, Agape. Welcome to our noonday meditation. Wherever you are, welcome to our noonday meditation. I am so happy that you have joined us, that you have brought your consciousness to this gathering. So come in, relax, unload the activity of the day, exhale, and let's take a spiritual time out. Yes, yes. I'm Stanley Bernard. I'm an Agape licensed spiritual practitioner, and it is my joy truly to be here with you this afternoon. A Friday afternoon, end of the work week for some. You entrepreneurs, I know that your work never ends, but you get an opportunity to take a time out. Yes, yes. Who has signed in? Let's see. Lee, good afternoon. Sally, welcome back. Glad to see you in the house. Dorothy, glad to see you. Okay, just a few of us that have signed in so far. But it is said, build it and they will come. And we have built it through our intention to be here, to let go of the daily activity of life, and to really just take a time out and relax, as I said. This was good for me. I'm filling in for one of the other practitioners, so I had an opportunity to be here twice this week, and that's an unexpected gift that I appreciate. So let's start to settle in, becoming still where we are. And just take a moment in the stillness, scan the body temple. Allow the inner eye to move over the body, sensing and observing if there's any place of tension or constriction, or if there's a quiet peacefulness in the body. Acknowledge that as well. And as you're doing this, I would ask, do you have an intention for this afternoon's meditation? Not an asking, but an intention. What would you like to realize or experience? Let it float through your consciousness. Something will come up. So before we dive in, let me see if anyone else has joined in the chat box. Yes, Celeste is here from Detroit. And Portia is here. Welcome back. Bree is in. Yes. Lynette, hello, and happy Friday to you as well. Rosalind, hello. Karen from Houston. All right. Let's get set. I have a reading that I've chosen for today, and it's from a classic, As a Man Thinketh, and it was published in 1902, and as the title says, As a Man Thinketh, so it is written from the male perspective. I will read it as it is written rather than changing it. But we now have expanded and included all of life, all of us. Because in truth, all of us, regardless of our identifiable gender, we are both, male and female. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's get still. And I invite you to gently close the outer eye. And just become aware of your body. Become aware of your mental and emotional state. We're just observing what is. And as we start to settle into this moment, we allow our heart to soften and open. We allow ourselves to become receptive. And if there was an intention that came forward for you, you simply allow it to rest gently in your consciousness. And in this stillness, I simply say, Father, Mother, God, how grateful I am for this gathering of kindred souls. How grateful I am for this opportunity to stop midday. How grateful I am for each of our conscious awarenesses of our oneness and union in God. That we are here to simply be, to ask for nothing, to simply to be and to know that we are spiritual beings having a human incarnation. And it is from this surrendered space with an open heart that I know that the desire of each and every heart is known in the mind of God. And so we allow ourselves to be divine conduits through which the isness and the allness of God gets to flow through each of us into manifestation. As was written in the title today, the only moment we ever have is now. And in this now moment, in this field of unconditional love, we honor the God that is that source of our life. We honor that God which is at the very center of our being. I will now read the passage from the book. The object of meditation is divine enlightenment, the attainment of truth, and is therefore interwoven with practical purity and righteousness. Thus, while at first the time spent in actual meditation is short perhaps only half an hour in the early morning. The knowledge gained in that half hour of vivid aspiration and concentrated thought is embodied in practice during the whole day. In meditation, therefore, the entire life of a man is involved. And as he advances in its practice, he becomes more and more fitted to perform the duties of life in the circumstances in which he may be placed. For he becomes stronger, holier, calmer, and wiser. The principle of meditation is twofold: purification of the heart and attainment of divine knowledge. And so as we enter into this stillness, we allow ourselves to be available to divine knowledge and divine purification. Father, Mother, God, I simply ask that you reveal thyself to each of us individually and collectively in a way that we clearly receive and understand. We let go now and allow God to be God as our very life. We listen. We are here. We are here. We are here. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. If the mind starts to wander, bring your attention back to the breath. Peace, be still. And from this divine now moment, I speak a word of realization, recognizing that God's divine grace surrounds and enfolds each of us gathered here. That God's grace goes before us in all of our activities. That we are each and all available to receive that which is ordained as our life in the mind of God. And for this and so much more, I am eternally grateful and thankful. And I bless this time together. I bless that which has been revealed for the highest good of each of us. I bless our beloved community of Agape and our beloved Reverend Michael. I am grateful. And as we start to bring our attention back to the room in which we are sitting, we take a moment before we open our eyes to simply appreciate ourselves for being here, for standing in our individual intention to be a beneficial presence on the planet. And when ready, we gently open our eyes. Welcome back, beloveds. I invite you to take this vibration and frequency with you into the weekend and into all of your activities. And just allow yourself to look for the evidence of the presence of God in your life and around you. I'm going to say hello to a few people that came in after the first reading. Ellen from San Bernardino, hello. Yes, Kaylee. Catherine, good afternoon. Ellen, I hear your intention regarding your student, and I know that divine right action is taking place where they are concerned right now. Gerald, good afternoon. Martin, glad to see you in the house. Petrie, welcome back. Dorcas, welcome. Dolores, hello, beloved. Marvin and Sean, good afternoon. Renetta. Bradley, hello. All right, everyone. Thanksgiving is coming up. If you're traveling or you're cooking or making plans for the gathering of the family, do it in grace and joy. Yes, yes. All right, go forth and multiply the consciousness. Be well, beloveds. Peace and blessings. Namaste.